Welcome back to the channel. I've got an exciting investment opportunity. I know I haven't been making videos lately, and I'm disappointed to see my stay-at-home stock Haverty's video has only 3 views, and it's up about 25-30% since that video. So I encourage you to check that one out. But today we've got something that's a little bit more fun. Going and checking out the Haverty's furniture is only so entertaining. We're looking at Avengers. Look at the box office right here. Okay, what are the top 10 worldwide? We've got Avengers Endgame, #1, beating out Avatar, Titanic, Star Wars, all that stuff. Before we even get to the end of the top 10, we've got, well, actually #5, Avengers again. Going down even above Frozen, we've got another Avengers movie. Now, wouldn't it be nice if there was a way, if there was another Avengers coming out, or if there was a way to invest in a company that was going to make a popular Avengers-themed item? Ladies and gentlemen, I have for you Square Enix and the new Avengers game that's coming out on PlayStation 4, okay? This is what comes up if you look for coming soon on Amazon. I don't know if this is actually the #1 pre-ordered game, but it's certainly being promoted. If we look at featured, sort by featured, it's the #1. So it obviously is going to have a lot of traction here. We go down, even #3, you've got the deluxe edition that's also trending. Okay, so is this going to be a good game? That is debatable, okay? It doesn't look that inspiring to me. Some of the character designs don't look great, but the point is when you have a franchise that sells that well, you are going to get some traction with your game. People are going to want to buy it. It may not have a long tail,
okay, so many leaks have just
like
happened.
some of these, like Grand Theft Auto or something. But a lot of people are going to plunk down the money, and they're also going to plunk down some extra money for microtransactions, for skins,
what's crazy,
for all the
right,
rest
is
of
because
it.
I thought no more till the
People are
beta,
going to want to play as these characters.
right until this
and
weekend.
Square has
in
not really put out their guidance for the next quarter, but they blew out earnings. Now, the way they do their dates is a little weird. They're saying March 31st, 2021. Obviously, we're in 2020, but if you look down, that's not guidance. That's the most recent quarter, looking at April to June 2020 versus April to June of 2019. I mean, they blew it out of the water. Net sales were up from 50 to 87 billion yen. I know yen's a little weird, but just don't worry about that. Just look at the increases. The operating income more than tripled. The operating margin more than doubled. I mean, this is a huge story. And what makes it better than some of the other Japanese gamers like Sega or Konami is those guys have so much arcade machines and pachinko and stuff like that. Square is mostly digital entertainment, as you can see. Digital entertainment, the vast majority of their business. They do have some amusement, and they do have some publication, which actually is doing well. Also, the merchandising was up. So this is pretty close to a pure play on video games. Final Fantasy VII obviously did amazing for them. They also had some strength in some other areas that I don't think people were anticipating. Let's look down to, okay, here is the massive increase in this quarter. And we're looking at what drove it. Final Fantasy, Avengers to be launched, Outriders need to do some more work. What is that going to be? That's coming out this holiday. And they also saw a little bit of an increase year over year in the online MMO stuff due to people still paying for Final Fantasy 14. So that's pretty cool. They're able to continue that. And they're obviously having more digital downloads instead of discs, which increases their profit margin. So we like to see that. And the Dragon Quest Walk and the other Final Fantasy Brave were also successful in terms of smartphones. So they're really delivering on all cylinders here, firing on all cylinders. Amusement, as you would expect, is down a bit. Publication up. So that's nice. Merchandising up. That shows the strength of the brand. So now when you look at the market cap and financials of this company, you're going to see that we're looking at about an $8 billion market cap. Okay. So whereas something like Activision is 40 billion, EA, 20 billion, give or take some billions. I'll have to check that out again. But so it is undervalued, certainly on a market cap basis, and they've proven they can sell in the West. Excuse the slowness here. Okay. Yeah. 7.29 billion market cap. Now the trailing PE is rather high, but I think we're going to, I don't pay too much attention to trailing PEs. I look to the future expectations, and we see the price to sales is 2.9. I think a comparable company could be considered the French Ubisoft, which is also interesting to me, and I do own some of. They've had their Me Too moment here with a lot of executives being fired, but I still think they do have a good lineup of games, so it's tough to justify buying Square over Ubi because Ubi has more AAA, you could say, games coming out in the next short amount of time. Now, granted, Ubisoft's price to sales ratio is at about 5, and Square Enix's is lower. So those are some things to consider, as Ubi also has a relatively comparable market cap. But I do think that Avengers is going to really be where, the hype around it this holiday season is going to be a lot higher than for something like Watch Dogs. And I think Avengers is really the place that you're going to want to be. Like I say, Chris Camello sort of turned me on to this idea of social arb research, and we're looking what's hot now. The reviews are coming out mixed, like I said, but people are interested in this. They're talking about Spider-Man. They're talking about it. So
what's going on, guys?
This is something that I think everybody should be in. Is very illiquid
video.
But I still say own Square
like
Enix, SQNXF on over-the-counter exchange.
Right?
Guys, I hope you are doing well in your investments. If you enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. And thank you to all the new subscribers. And I'll see you guys next time.
I was like, okay.